Hello, guys. Namaste. God bless. Praise Jesus. Of course, always put God first. But this is a quick video because there's a lot of stuff going on. First, hold on. I wanna pray over this video. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptations, but deliver us from evil. Thy is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever and ever. Amen. 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 So getting back to it, God wanted me to get on here and talk about family inheritances and what children went through. It's not something that tarot card readers get to, for attention or whatnot. It's legit. And I'm going to tell you how this went down with me. And I know it, they can gaslight me, they can do all they want. It don't matter. I know the truth. It's okay. I grew up in a family where my mom was a white witch and my dad was a backwoods, I call redneck, whatever. But come to find out now, he's always been into magic and whatnot. So there was a point in time in my life where I was in this house, and they were looking back on a lot of witches, a lot of warlocks, a lot of unsavory things going on, and my mom was in the middle of it, and my dad would pretend to be obstinate, right? Well, I was probably about maybe 5, and looking back on it, basically what they did is they got a tarot card reading, they got to know my energy, and they found out what I was, and they got birth chart, all that, and they found out what I was gonna be, how I was gonna do it, and attached things to me as a child, attached entities, attached monitoring spirits, all that from such a young age. And just go to prove that I know is that from age 6. Now shortly after that, 6 to almost 7, I had got bit twice by dogs. Took half my face off and a chunk out of my back, all by the time I was 7. And this is just after we had left that house. So anyways, they knew who I was and what was going to happen to me in my life. And my father's very egotistical, very, I'm not talking crap about him. I'm not, this is just the facts. I know it. He's very egotistical, and if he thinks you don't work for anything in this world, you don't deserve it. But he didn't work much in his life either. Stuff like that. So in his eyes, he didn't want me to get ahead, right? He didn't want me to prosper, didn't want me to have anything, and all the while looking like the good guy, right? So today, now that I know that inheritance have been taken from me, a couple of them, a lot of things like that, and it took me a long time to get past that and to forgive, not forget, and understand that what's meant for me will come to me. It will happen. It'll all come out in the wash. What's in the dark will always come to the light. It always will. So this is for anybody who's going through the same thing. Look back to when you were a child. What was going on? Did they get a tarot card reading on you and then try to paint you into a crazy person and then try to affect the way you would be? If they knew what you were going to be, they knew where to pressure you, where to make you look like a bad person, make you look insane, and all of these things, they would counterfeit it. And this is a day and age where you don't put it past family. Family is divided nowadays, and it's sad. And I'm here to help heal that because I personally went through a lot of treachery, a lot of deceits, a lot of inheritances being taken, house being taken, family house has been in the house for over 100, in the family for over 100 years. Things like that. So they knew my abilities and what I would be when I grew up, and they wanted to make sure that I would be painted as a bad guy because my dad didn't want to be passed over for inheritance and stuff. He felt he kissed enough butt in the family line. He was the one who showed up to certain things that it was his entitlement. He was entitled to it. So he would do everything he needed to in his power, including black magic, witchcraft, and all of that, to ensure that happened. And I know my mother was part of this, I know it, but I've seen when this stuff would happen, how when I'd go to talk to her, it was like a demon was attached to her. Like a full-blown demon was attached to my mother. And this is all coming out now. I've been patching it all together. And that's a rough thing, you know, to have your family stand in the back and make sure you're homeless, make sure you don't have a dime to your name, make sure they're supplying you with drugs, making sure they knew to press you into going to use drugs. You know, using your Achilles heel on a lot of different things, right? But I assure you, if you cut the drugs, the womanizing, the unhealthy relationships, the people who backstab you, but you can't prove it, but you know it, leave all that, put it all down, heal from it, they'll get scared. They'll get scared because their truth's gonna come out, because no longer can they keep you under their thumb. No longer can they cause you to use. No longer can they slander you. No longer can they make you look like you're crazy. Like myself, I haven't had to take a psychotropic drug in over 7.5 years. Because I had family, I had people pressuring me. Oh, are you on your medication? Are you on your medication? When they knew I was just spiritual. They knew all this from almost birth. I can remember my mom, as young as I can remember, reading tarot cards. You don't think for a second your parent didn't sit back if they read tarot cards and read them on you to see what was going to happen with you, or to commune with spirits and stuff like that, or, you know, Satan come and offered them a deal? You know, I know a lot of my family who have done this have been engulfed by Satan, engulfed by the dark side. That's why in my heart I forgive them, because literally they know not what they do. They don't, because they are possessed. Not all the time. When the demon needs to take the front seat, it will. It will gaslight you. It will make you look like a bad person. It will send attachments, entities your way, right? Like if you're trying to get off the grid and the only person you tell is your mom, but out of nowhere you still get these entities. When you thought you were off the grid, you're still getting these monitoring spirits. It's not, your phone's not hacked, maybe, but with the information you only gave to your mother, that these energies are showing up again, it's because your mother knows, or your family knows where you are. You know, you're not fully off the grid until you cut ties and say, hey, I can't talk to you for a while. Or I'm not going to let you in on my information. I'm not going to let you know what I'm wearing. I'm not going to let you know where I'm staying. It's almost like that, guys. And like, it took me so long. Like when I hear something on YouTube about, oh, inheritance being stolen, I used to get grimy about it. I used to get real chunky, like, oh, how dare they? When, you know what it is? What's meant for me, guys, like what's meant for you will always reach you, will get to you in one form or another. If not by them getting drugged into the courts, it'll be by the gifts that God gave you to pivot into that echelon. It's almost like they'll give you the jumping board to go on. You get it? So, you know, I forgive my family. I really do, because I know what greed can do to someone. I know what it is to feel like you wasted your life away and your only shot is to stab somebody in the back. I haven't. No, that's not me. No, like for them, the only shot is to betray someone because they feel like they've wasted their life. Their life has gone so far down the tubes because of the sacrifices they made. Their justification is a sacrifice. It doesn't matter who. If it's their family, oh, it's even better, because then they'll know. They'll know more information than anyone else. So don't always blame your family. Look at the entity. Look at the demon. Look at the lesson you need to learn. That's harder knowledge, guys. My hand to God, and I don't mess about God. I know, you know, what's happened. But see, you know, when you know the truth, you know, it's kind of like, if you can't prove it, doesn't mean it's not true. You get what I mean? It just means a lot of people, you know, got together and came up with a storyline and left you out of it to gaslight you. That's all it is. It's just that they were one step ahead because they laid out the trap and they knew they wanted to snare you. I hope you guys are getting this. You know, like even last night I had somebody trying to invade my dreams last night, right? And they were trying to weed out all these people who had these spiritual gifts and who didn't, right? And I don't remember whether or not he tried to make me look like I didn't or whatever, but they're like, oh, don't you want to be like me? And I got up and I said, you know, I said, no, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to, no. I'm just, basically what I'm going to tell you is that whoever was wanting me to conform to who they are, so they can be one up on me, right? One peg higher. No, I'm a one of a kind. I have an old, very old, we're talking thousands of years old soul. I mean, my soul is old. I'm not going to be a cookie cutter from somebody else. I might learn something from somebody, but I'm not going to be their toy. I'm not going to be their possession. I'm not going to be someone that they can just be I can be in their shadow. Why? I've worked too hard. It's not that I yearn for power or betterness than someone. No, it's like if someone puts you in their shadow and does the best to make sure you're in there, that feeds their ego, right? And that's showing the universe that I'm okay with being someone's play toy in someone's shadow. No, I'll learn from you, but equals. Well, I'll learn. I come to the table. We're equals. If you're my teacher, I come as your pupil, right? But I will be acknowledged for the soul I am. Not like, oh, don't you want to be like me? Like I crave for something that you have. That's coveting. You get what I'm saying? No, what's meant for me will get to me. If I'm meant to walk down your road, God will get that to me. He will make sure our paths cross, but I'm not going to get a contract and make you feel like you have a thumb over me. I've come too far. I've worked too hard. And this comes from a loving area in my heart because I love myself. Well, I love God the most, but I love myself second. Because if I don't love myself, love doesn't evolve around me. Love doesn't exist in my area. You know, so this might be for some people that even in your dream state, they've lost so much control that they want to invade and try to make you feel like you have no power, and the only way to get power is going to them and being like them. No, don't. That's a trap. You know what I mean? That's a trap for controlling, more narcissism, stuff you've learned from. And I have a good feeling it's not my ancestor. It's just someone trying to invade in my dreams and seem like, oh, you're going to be my master and that's the way it's going to be. Like, no. I come to the table as equals. If you have something to teach me, it's almost like a college student comes to the classroom. The teacher's the same age, right? It just has something to teach you. That's being a good person. That's being skillful and passing down knowledge. That's not, I'm your master, like we're in some Kung Fu Shaolin movie. Like, no, this is real life. This is spiritual class, right? I give you respect at a level because you, in turn, give me respect that I'm the soul coming to you with the wanting to, that most people don't. I hope that might be for some people too. But, I know what's happened to me. I know what's been done to me. And the truth will come out because I walk in the light. I've been with God for many, many years now. You know, whatever traps lay before me, they will be snared first because they're going to be standing there waiting for it to snap. And I'm not going to be there. So, it's don't get mad. Stand back, guys. Take your emotion out of it and look at a logical standpoint. If you know somebody took your inheritance, go dig up the information. If you can't get the information, trust in God. Trust in the universe. It's all for a higher purpose. I myself, they wanted me homeless for a long time so they can say if we went to court, oh, we couldn't find him. But I know for a fact, I always called my mom. My sister knew where I was. It wasn't, he dropped off the face of the earth for years and nobody's heard from him. See, that's where the collusion comes from, right? They try to make me look crazy a lot of my life, pressuring me. They even introduced me and made sure I ran into people who did drugs, at my low points, so I would relapse. All of these things, they built the stage because they knew the end before I did. But see, I turned the tables on that. What's meant for me will reach me. And I will earn what's gifts are meant for me from my ancestors, from the universe, will reach me if it has to be my art, has to be YouTube, has to be me going out and getting, investments and stuff. But I'm not going to feed on somebody else. I'm not going to stab somebody in the back. I'm not going to tell a lie. I'm not going to get with a woman for money. No, God loves me. He will provide for you too. He will provide for you what you need till you get to that goal. He will. When you follow him and you give your heart to him and you keep the faith and that he has your back and this is all for a purpose, that's freedom, guys. That's freedom. And I am at a point in my life today where I live in freedom. I live not asking for anybody for anything that they can have any weight or leverage over top of me, because God provides for me every step of the way. He puts people in my life who care and guide me. You get what I'm saying? And this is for those chosen ones who have gone through, like, not just for them, but for anyone who's gone through that and is in the process of awakening as knowing they're a chosen one, if it be by the 144,000 in the Bible, by your lineage, your ancestors and stuff, by God. This is for you, because I'm sure you've gone through almost the exact same thing, but it's necessity for God to weed out the good family and the bad family. It's the cleansing of the family line. You get what I'm saying? The cleansing of the family line is for a purpose. You are strong. You are strong. You are not to give up your life. You're not to be under somebody's thumb. You're not to just waste your days away using drugs and alcohol and bad relationships. That part of your life is done. This is the part you're conditioning, and if it's your reaping season, even better. But if it's your sowing season, you're getting those seeds, get on it, get straight, and know that your family, it's weeding out, God's weeding out the karmics. You get what I'm saying? Weeding out the bad seeds. It's like the parable. I don't know exactly, but it's the parable of Jesus. I don't know it verbatim. I'm just going to say, if you just look it up online, it's the parable of sowing seeds, I believe it is. But it is like that. And you know what? You are the seed that's going to, just put it this way, you're going to be a mighty oak. You're going to bear good fruits. You've sown seeds because you didn't fall for the traps of the enemies, because you learned your lesson. And you sowed those seeds. Somebody along the way saw that you did the right thing. God sees everything, and his angels are always there. And your ancestors are always there. They see that you sowed a good seed. You did the right thing. That seed will take some time to blossom. But when you get done, with your trials and tribulations and the family's been weeded out, your harvest season's there, and it's going to be bountiful. You're gonna reap a great harvest because you sowed those seeds of truth, justice, perseverance, authenticity. You're a good soul, and they try to paint you into being a very, very, very dark. Like, they even tried saying I was a warlock, or I was doing some magic over. See, that's the projection of the ops. Everything that they're accusing you of, when you know you walk with God and you have the receipts of that, but they don't know it because they're too caught up projecting onto you. See, that's them telling on themselves, because they're projecting what they've done. We're just trying to back it up with a bunch of buddies, gaslighting you. You get what I'm saying? They want you so off your game that you lose focus of what's in front of you. But keep your eyes on Jesus. Keep your eyes forward. Don't be like a fish, drawn to the light, or deer in headlights. Don't do that. Keep focused. Go forwards. Don't conform because you feel like it'll relieve pressure. Don't do that. Don't conform. That's what they want you to do. They want you to conform and fall into their ways so they can hold you back from what you need to do in this life. A lot of them are saying here, like Mr. Smith, to act like your family, act like your buddies, to hold you back. And when you confront that, and then they'll gaslight you, and then for like a week or so, they'll be your buddy friends, but then they'll try to play you for Boo-Boo the Fool again. Don't fall for that. You need to cut it off. You know what's wrong? Trust your gut. Trust the signs. Trust God. Trust your ancestors, your angels, your guides. Trust them. Cut it off and go. And if they're mad at you for doing that, for wanting to protect yourself, then even more red flags. You plainly say, I need some time on my own. Go hermit. If you're homeless like I did, I didn't talk to people really unless they were someone in need of something, a good soul or someone that God told me to go help. You know, and he would send people in my life to teach me lessons. See, it took a long road, and I'll tell you guys more along the way, but I want to say a special thanks to you guys watching my videos, understanding my charisma, my energy, understanding that and know it comes out of love, and trying to really teach you lessons that I learned so we can get our vibes on this earth to where they need to be. To get to where Gaia, Mother Earth, the universe is like at rest. Okay, we're back where we need to be. Let's go into our 1,000 years of light. Let's go into our new earth. We're ready. The children are set. You know, you get what I'm saying? Like, you're a vital part of this world, especially if you're listening to this. You're a vital part. Even if you're the ops, you've been a vital part because you've given us the energy. You've given us the what to weed out. You've been the example for us not to want to fulfill, for us not wanting to be a part of. See, this is for those who like subscribers, man. I have freaking subscribers, man. That's awesome, and I want to always bring you guys truths, always bring you authenticity. I don't get on here to sow seeds of lies and doubts and just all out be a nasty soul. No, I'm here to give you the truth and the nourishment and the focus and determination and the confirmations that you are stronger than you know you ever will be. You are stronger now than you ever will be because you are on your path. You get what I'm saying? It's like having that, it's like being at your pinnacle, right? And then when people get to their pinnacle, they kind of start dying off, flattening out a little bit. This is when you're in your prime, dude. So start building a foundation that's strong. When you get to that awakening, don't get scared. Just know you need to form a rock. Like Jesus says in the Bible, you know, that house that was built on sand, the winds and the rain came and it beat it and it washed away. When you build your foundation on a rock with these ops coming at you so hard and you cutting it out, that's building your foundation. That's strengthening you. That's giving you the determination to push forward and saying, you know what, this is what I don't want in my life. And I'll keep my eyes open for what I want. You know, be the prototype you want your foundation and your next generations to be. If that makes sense to you. I really hope it does. But thank you to those who have like messaged me and know if I don't message you back, like right now, it's that I'm in a pivotal point in my life where I've come out and I've started to let the world know who I am. I had a lot of ops. I had a lot of ops for a long time that really were digging out on me that I didn't feel comfortable letting them know who I was and what I'm about, even though they knew. But I didn't want to confirm, and then they hit harder. See, times have died down, and I'm grateful for it, and it's allowing me to talk to you guys and let you know who I am and how I'm not, that I have a special reason to be on this earth for you guys. I'm here for Earth. I'm not of Earth. I'm here for Earth. You know what I mean? I'm of Earth, yes, but what I'm saying is I'm not of society. I'm not the person that's going to pretend to be, you know, letting you hear everything you want to hear. It's what you need to hear. I'm not going to sugarcoat. I'm going to tell you the truth because the greatest form of love is the truth. You know, you get to see what you get. Yeah. But you guys get it. I really appreciate you guys and the acknowledgement and the confirmation, all those, it makes my purpose, it justifies my purpose on this earth, even though you guys get it. I just want to acknowledge you guys and say you're very important. You are very important. And I know this is going to grow. This will blossom. It will bear good fruits. But for right now, I want you to know, just do your best every day. Stay strong. Stay vigilant. You know, confront your demons. Confront those, you know, that are bad for you and cut them out. That's important because you need to get back to center and know you the most, know yourself the most. It's very important. That's vital. That's your foundation. Knowing what you don't want in your life and welcoming what you want by having the eyes to do that. I don't know, I kind of went on, guys, but I just want to say, God bless. God bless. Praise Jesus. Namaste. And keep the faith. It fits you. All right, guys.